Yo, 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 what's up, everybody? It's your boy Isaac,
And this is your boy Bryce.
and we are Brothers on Tennis. And folks, we've come to the third Grand Slam tournament of the year, our most favorite, Wimbledon, Bryce. We are here. It is here. The grass is green, and I'm happy. How are you, sir?
Wimbledon ain't my favorite.
Wimbledon's not your favorite?
No,
I did not know that.
no, my favorite is the U.S. Open.
Oh, well, okay, folks. My bad. His favorite is U.S. Open. My favorite is Wimbledon. I love Wimbledon. I'm mad most of the time because we only get like about 5-6 weeks of the grass court season, but in it, I love it. So, Bryce, what do you have to say about this time of year?
I love the grass court season as well. I really do. I just think there's an electricity around the U.S. Open that makes it more exciting for me.
Yep.
Wimbledon, is steeped very much in tradition and being very formal and stuff. And there's an appreciation of that. But yeah, it's a tournament where my favorites have been the most successful. I mean, Martina Navratilova, Serena and Venus, Roger Federer. It's where Andre Agassi won his first major. Um, so yeah, a lot of good memories. A few heartbreaks in there too, but
Oh, yeah. Definitely. Yeah. Well, Bryce, talking of heartbreaks, but there is good things, and one of the good things that we have is our good buddy Paul S. Haberman. So, folks,
yes,
this episode of Brothers on Tennis is being brought to you by the law offices of Paul S. Haberman. Are you a sports enthusiast in need of legal representation? Look no further than the law offices of Paul S. Haberman. Paul S. Haberman is not just an experienced attorney, but also a longtime lecturer on sports law related matters. He's currently presenting Everyday Sports Law, a continuing legal education lecture for attorneys in sports and entertainment law, was named to the Super Lawyers New York Metro Area Rising Stars list for 3 consecutive years, and has been a valuable resource for sports professionals for over 15 years.
in fact, Paul S. Haberman once managed a world-level junior welterweight boxer and former Olympian. He has represented 5 current or former world champions in boxing and MMA, and has had at least 50 to 60 other clients involved in sport. From contract law to healthcare law and intellectual property law, Paul S. Haberman covers it all. Don't let legal issues hold you back from achieving your dreams. Call the law offices of Paul S. Haberman today at 201-564-0590 to schedule a consultation. That's 201-564-0590. And for all of our good friends in the back, it's 201-564-0590. Let Paul S. Haberman fight for you both in and out of the ring.
All right. So, Bryce, we are here at Wimbledon. Again, we are at the third Grand Slam of the year. Lots of fun tournaments we've seen thus far. And we are here to talk about the draw and our predictions, as we usually do. Where would you like to start, sir?
Well, let's go ahead and just kick it off right. Let's start with our popcorn first round matchups,
Yep.
and let's start with the women.
Perfect. All
And
right.
let's start with the only first round match that matters.
Exactly. My sentiments exactly.
It was the first thing when I went to the draws. It was the first thing I went to go look for, and that was, where was Venus Williams going to be in the draw? Because as we all know, as a wild card, you can show up anywhere. I mean, she could have got Iga,
Yep.
she could have got Sharif, it could be whatever. So I was initially hyped when I saw, oh, she's playing another wild card.
Hmm.
So I said, okay, who's this wild card? And then I look and I see it's Svitolina, right?
Yes.
Now
Yes.
let me just real quickly, Isaac, explain my frustration / disappointment with this matchup. It's not because I am afraid for Venus in this matchup.
Hmm.
On grass against Svitolina, I don't think that's a bad matchup for her. The thing that I'm disappointed in is I really like both of them, and I would have liked to have seen both of them go a couple of good rounds.
Hmm.
And now, regardless of who wins, one of them is going to be out of the tournament.
Right, right.
So,
Yeah, it is very disappointing. I do feel like this is a winnable match for Venus. But like you said, you hate to see both of those two go head to head in the first round because we were hoping that they'd both have a nice run. So
right.
yeah, yeah, I'm hoping the best for Queen V. Hopefully she can take a lot of confidence out of the wins that she's recently gotten to be able to get through that first round.
Right. And remember, folks, we've been telling you in our last couple of episodes, keep a good eye out for potential retirement watch with
Right.
Venus
That's
whenever
right.
she may lose in the tournament. Obviously, we hope she goes all the way and she gets, Wimbledon number 6. But realistically, I'm gonna have to keep my eye a little closer on TV, uh, checking that out. So
Absolutely. Absolutely. Be on the watch. Always Queen V. Bryce, the next one I had down was, of course, the Coco Sophia Kenin first round.
yes,
That's a difficult first round, because Kenin is trying to find her form again for Grand Slam champion, and Coco is still dealing with some of the issues on the forehand side, and that was kind of it's been a place where people have attacked, of course, of late. So hopefully she can navigate around that with Kenin, but that is definitely a tough first round.
oh for sure. I mean, whenever you play a previous Grand Slam winner,
Right.
they've got, the makeup to get the job done. And I'm going to add something else that makes this interesting. You mentioned that, the struggles that Coco is having with the forehand. And we know Kenin is pretty solid on the ground strokes. And if she decides she wants to keep it to Coco's forehand, she definitely can do that.
Right.
But the other thing is in qualies, in qualies, she took out in straight sets Taylor Townsend, who you would
Ah,
think, this was, in terms of surfaces, Taylor Townsend might have the edge in that matchup,
right.
excuse me. And I think she took her out like 3-3. So if she's taking out Taylor Townsend 3-3 on grass, Kenin is probably playing okay.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's a very good victory for her, especially given all the success that Taylor has had of late. So we'll see. That's going to be a fun one.
Right. Now for
Yeah.
the next one, I have actually one of your girls,
Hmm.
uh, Cooter,
Yep. Yep.
uh,
Hmm.
playing Kanepi in the first round. And
Yes.
we have about 2 or 3, maybe even 4 players that we don't look for nothing from them most of the year, except for in the majors.
Right.
And they are good for getting scalps. And Kaya Kanepi is definitely one of those.
Yes, she
And
is.
while Cooter is definitely probably the hotter of the two in terms of recent play, any given day out there,
I,
this could be an L for Cooter.
Absolutely. Yeah. Kanepi is just like you said. She loves the Grand Slam spotlight, if you will, and she has definitely gotten some really great victories in her career. So that is going to be a tough one for Cooter for sure. A next one I have, one of my girls, Shelby Rogers. She's going against Rabakina in the first round, and to me, that one is going to be interesting.
Hmm.
Shelby can always bring a great game. In a normal situation, I would of course give Rabakina the big thumbs up here, but if
Right.
she hasn't really been feeling great of late, and had to pull out, and then she lost when she was on the one grass court tournament she played. A good, not a horrible loss. She ended up losing to Donna Vekic, but still, she took the L. So I feel like that one is going to be a bit more interesting than we're expecting it to be.
Right. I had that one down on my list as well. I
Yeah.
completely agree with you on that one. The next one I had, and this one might not catch everybody's eye, but I had Sakari and Kostiak.
Oh, absolutely. Yep, I have that one.
Um, because Kostiak has played really well recently, and
Right.
Sakari just ain't really been on it lately.
Yeah, agree. She definitely isn't showing the form, that even we're used to. Of course, she'll, kind of get her hiccups in the semifinal rounds and in
Hmm.
finals. But I mean, it's been like first round, second round.
Right.
So I honestly believe that she is at risk. I won't be as bold as to say, she'll get upset like I did with Muhova at the French, but I think this one will definitely go three sets, bro. I really believe
Right.
it. Yeah, I really, yeah, yep. So that'll be a good one. So yeah, that one definitely is worthy of popcorn. And the next one is got me a little intrigued.
Hmm.
And it is our, our risk arbitrage. You know how we
Right.
we we gotta love the arbitrage family as a whole. But Ali is playing Paula Badosa, and that is not going to be an easy first round.
It is not.
Yeah, right. I mean, and risks favors surfaces grass. So,
Right.
so you're taking her best surface and best game against Paula, who just is good overall. So I don't know who to call on this one, to be very honest with you.
I'm actually giving the edge to Risk because of
Ah,
what you said. This is where she shows up every year during
right,
this time of the year. And
right,
Bedosa hasn't really shown that she's like amazing on grass.
right.
Plus, supposedly she's in love right now. So
Well,
I
yeah, she
don't
got she got that whole thing going on.
right. For those of y'all that believe that. So I mean, I don't know if that's gonna be a distraction for her. So
Right.
um yeah, that has upset potential for me.
Absolutely, man.
And Isaac, the last one I had on my list,
Hmm.
and this is another one that might not catch a lot of people's eye,
Yeah.
but when you talk about a very good matchup, I had Navarro and Alexandrova.
Uh-huh. Yep. I saw that one
Al-
too. Yeah.
yeah, Alexandrova is a very good player, and she plays very well on grass, and she hits kind of like those laser ground strokes and good return of serve. And I don't know what's gotten into Navarro lately,
Right.
because she used to be always a guaranteed win for somebody. And no, I mean, just saying, right?
Right.
And and now she's acting like she done found something, like she really wants to win. So she's been kind of hot as of late. So I think that can be an interesting match.
I think that is a good one to keep the eye out on. I agree with you wholeheartedly, man. Yeah. Yeah, interestingly enough, that was all that I had as well. So I didn't, those were a good number, but typically we have more popcorn
Right.
first round popcorn matches, but yeah, I didn't really have as many on the ladies side or honestly even on the men's side if I'm being very honest with you, but we'll see what we come up against going on that side. So,
Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to scale down some of mine on the men.
oh, okay.
Because apparently I'm real interested in a lot of matches in the first round.
Yeah, I have 10, so we'll see how that
Okay.
matches up. So yeah, we'll go ahead and jump into the men's, and I guess the first one I'll throw out there is the countrymen battle,
Yes.
Berrettini versus Sonego or Sonego, however you want to pronounce that man's last name.
Right.
But regardless, that's going to be a fire match
It
because
is.
they actually met, I believe, a few weeks back on clay, I think it was, and I believe Sonego got him. And so I don't know if it's a matter of Berrettini just trying to find his game still or what, but on grass, I mean, you would expect for Berrettini to have the upper hand given that, he made it to, I believe it was a finals of Wimbledon. If was it finals or semifinals?
Yeah, no, he made it to the
No, it was
finals.
finals. Yeah, against
Yeah.
Djokovic. That's right. And
Hmm.
so you would think that he'd have the edge in this one, but I don't know. And that's what makes me really curious about this one to see what Berrettini's going to show up. But that's going to be a good match.
It's always tricky when it's countrymen playing each other.
Yes,
You know,
yes.
that's always tricky.
Tricky.
Yeah. Now, the next match I had was Tiafo and Wu Tang.
Oh yeah. Yes.
Because I'm tell you what, Wu ain't scared of nobody.
That is true. That is
And
true.
he will be there. Now, obviously, I want Tiafo to win, and he's
Uh-huh.
definitely the favorite,
Yeah.
but he won't have to beat Wu. Wu ain't gonna just give it to him.
Right, right. I agree with that. I did not have that one down only because I feel like Francis is on one right now, just
Hmm.
because he's reached that top 10, and I think he's got his eyes set on a very, very strong Wimbledon performance. So yeah, I agree with you. But you're right though. He will have to take that match because Wu Bing ain't or you being Wu Tang, he is definitely not going to be a step over. You're gonna have to battle him off that court.
No,
Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah. So the one that I had then actually was next one that I had rather was one of your teammates, Davidovich Fokina, against our boy Arthur Feast. I just feel like I don't know how Arthur plays on grass, but I just feel like that's going to be a really, really hotly contested match.
And didn't they play in the first round at the French?
Oh, was that the first round? I think they did. You're exactly right.
Yeah,
You're right.
I think because it was the first round matchup that they had,
Yes.
and
Yes.
and the Vinovich Fokina snuck that out, right?
I believe so.
I don't know why I can't remember.
I know, right? Neither can I, honestly. But yeah, I feel like Davidovich Fokina has the edge, though.
Yeah, I mean, he won Junior Wimbledon, so he's
Right.
clearly comfortable on grass. But like we've always said too, grass does uh, reward the athletic player.
That's right.
So, and
That's right.
I
He's
like
very
we said,
athletic.
he's our little new mini version of Songa. You
That's
know,
true. That's right.
so yes, I had that one down as well. Um, the next one I had was Ben Shelton versus Taro Daniel.
Okay. Okay. Saw that
Uh,
one.
yeah, I think, Shelton obviously looks like he has more of the game for grass, but Daniel previously had not done very well on grass, but he has had some good grass court wins in this season.
Yeah.
And he's another one. He's got a big serve. He's got good ground strokes. He has learned how to battle. So that could be a nice, entertaining, shot making first round match.
Absolutely. Yeah, that one I think will be good as well. The next I had was I call him Triple Z. Zeng. I can never do it right. That's why I call him Triple Z. But him against Botic Van de Zandschulp,
Oh,
I think will be a good first rounder because Triple Z has been showing up. And it's these guys that are just they seem to be rounding into some kind of a form, and they're really dangerous. And I have a feeling that given Botic's recent form, which hasn't been as great of late, I feel
right.
like that is definitely a winnable match for Triple Z. So got that one marked.
Yes. Okay. No, I can see. You know what? I didn't have that one. I must have overlooked that one. That is an interesting one. Um, I now the next one for me is really more of a matchup based upon their names versus their actual grass court games.
Okay.
And that would be CC Pops against Dominic Thiem.
Oh yes, yes, definitely have that one down.
Um, Neither one of their backhands are really made for grass.
You're right.
And I mean, if you're gonna go with, you know, CC is the younger, more informed guy, but he hasn't looked very good in the warm-ups
Right.
so far. And by the same token, I haven't really seen Dominic Thiem out here doing much either.
Hmm.
So that
Yeah,
could
it's
don't know which way to pick on that one.
Yeah, it's kind of like you're waiting to see which one's going to be the worst versus who's going to be, like at the top of that, who's gonna not perform to their level. That's what I'm more curious about is to see who's honestly not, going to play to their level or their expectation, if you will. Because both of these
Right.
guys are super talented. We all know, Dominic Team has a Grand Slam, CC Paz Grand Slam finalist. Yeah, but yeah, I'm not expecting a lot out of either of them,
Mm-mm.
unfortunately, at Wimbledon.
No, not at all.
um, I guess the next one that I have is, again, someone that has just kind of caught fire of late, and that's Hoffman versus Fritz. in the first round.
Yeah.
I think that's going to be a really, really good matchup because Hoffman is, like I said, he's playing some really good tennis. He's always been someone that I've kind of had my eye on just because I just he's wiry, so I've always felt like he's got a really good tennis game. He's just never really been able to put it together until of late rather, and I just feel like he's going to be a handful against Taylor Fritz. So I'm intrigued on that one big time.
I'm actually calling that upset.
All right, come
I'm
on
step.
now.
I'm gonna step out with that now. Y'all can come and talk about me later, but you know, I think Hoffman is on fire right now,
Yes.
and Fritz not so much.
Right.
So and Fritz can get nervous.
That you can.
Yeah. So I think Hoffman is brimming with confidence right now.
Hmm.
I'm calling upset.
All right, Bryce. Go on ahead with the upset call. That's right. There you go. There you go, folks.
Now, I keep bringing up these first round matchups that I'm thinking like most people are not going to be interested in.
Hmm.
But in this next one, you have Van Ash,
Yes. Yes.
who is another one of the young French juniors like Fils.
Yes.
And he's got a nice game and he's been getting some good results. And he's playing our adopted child, Karatsev.
That's right.
Now, this is not Karatsev's favorite surface, but
Right.
we all know he's going to go for the zingers. And if the zingers are landing,
That's right. Watch
you
out.
don't know. So I think that'll be an entertaining or a very unforced error filled match to watch.
I agree with you. I saw that one, and yes, I had that one earmarked as well because Van Ash is a really good up and coming French talent. So,
Right.
but like you said, if Karatsev is on his game, watch out because those laser shots can definitely penetrate on grass. So that'll
Yes.
be a good one. This one, it's one of those things where I'm more interested just because I'm curious of the form of
Hmm.
Nick Kyrgios, and that's him against Goffin.
Oh, yeah.
Because
Okay.
yeah, Goffin is just always tricky. I always just because again, I find him to be a really really good player. He's definitely a veteran. And he's wily. And I think if Nick gets out there and Nick is not playing Nick tennis, Nick could be walking away in the first round of Wimbledon.
Hmm.
And so, but we don't know which one will show up because the one that was at the warm up tournament event, it didn't look like that was Nick. It looked like he was really still struggling, potentially even with the injury or the surgery that he was coming back from. So if that's the Nick we get, I actually think he will go out first round.
Okay. And I can see that.
Yeah.
I definitely can see that. Um, this next matchup is really two players that have been very hot as of late.
Hmm.
Uh, Bublik,
Yes.
shout out to you, Rick, with his title that he just won, and Mackie McDonald is
That's
clowning in
right.
the tournament he's in right now.
Right.
So, I mean, he took out Taylor Fritz.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
So, let's see which one is hotter.
Exactly. Exactly. Which one's hotter? I mean, it's again, best three out of five. That
Hmm.
to me is always going to be the challenge for Bublik because he is
Yep,
so his game is tricky
crazy.
and it's crazy and he is crazy. So
Yeah,
it's a matter of can he keep his mental fortitude for three out of five sets? And that to me, because to me, if you just look at his overall talent, he should win that match.
right,
But if you go mental fortitude, that's all Mackie McDonald all day.
right.
So I don't know. I like you said, Bryce. That's gonna be a good one. I feel.
I think Bublik will be the determining factor of if he wins or not.
I agree. I agree.
Yeah.
Completely agree. So yeah. So the next one I have, of course, is my dude with the alphabet U's, Rusevori, versus Stan the Man Wawrinka. I mean, that of course is a high a popcorn match. Just because Stan, you never know what Stans can do on any surface in any Grand Slam. I mean, he
Right.
is the one that shows up. He's done that before, and it'll be interesting to see if he can do it again. Again, grass probably not. In fact, pretty sure it's not his best surface. But against Rusevori, who again has really had a really solid 2023, that one will be interesting to keep your eye out on. I really feel like that's going to be a fun match.
Well, at least we know it's the one major he has not won.
Right. That's right. That's
So
right.
he's got the other three.
Got the other three.
So, um, well, here's an interesting one. Again, based upon form.
Right. Right.
I don't know what the health is like of FAA.
Ah, yes.
And if he's still not right, Trajanovic is not the one to play on grass.
I agree. Agree.
That could be tricky for him in the first round. Now, Krajinovic can be very up and down himself, but if he's going in and he's hyped and, there's questions about really how ready to go FAA is,
right,
that could be a first round upset.
I don't disagree with that. Yeah, because we haven't heard much out of Felix at all these past couple months. I guess he's just been under the weather or ill or what have you. And yeah, his form has not been there. So I agree. If you get a Felix that's not 100%, Krajinovic definitely can snatch that victory.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure. Do you have any others, Bryce, as far as your popcorns?
The only other one, and this one, I don't know even if this is popcorn. This just might be like nacho chips. I had Jordan Thompson against Brandon Nakashima.
Yep, saw that one. Yep.
Maybe not a blockbuster name matchup, but two guys that are very solid off the ground. Jordan is actually a very good grass court player.
Yes, he is.
Coming from Australia. Nakashima, we know he's got the great backhand and he's a battler. I just don't know what his grass court tennis is like.
Right. Yeah, same here. Not really sure. And going into it, I would give the edge to Thompson only because recently he's had really good form on grass. He's had some good results. So, he's playing with some confidence. So I don't know. We'll have to see. I think talent-wise, Nakashima has him. But on grass, you just never know. So like you said, I think this is a good, maybe not popcorn, but some nachos.
Right.
Oh, love that. All right, man. Cool.
So let's get into our predictions and
let's get into
these lies we about to tell.
Right? Because they're going to be lies. They're going to be lies. I'm going to tell you that right now. Y'all listen to me. I'm going to tell you right now. Mine are lies because, I done reached out there, Bryce. I done reached out there, but we're going to have fun with this.
Oh, my gosh. Okay, so let's take it back to the women.
Yes.
And let's, talk about who do we see making it to the quarterfinals.
All right. Very good.
So, Isaac, walk me through your top half.
Okay. All right. Top half. I have got a round of 16 battle between Iga and hopefully Bencic. We don't know really what her form is like, but I'm gonna call Iga in that first quarter, and I believe that she is going to face Coco Gauff. I think Coco has enough to get through all of the people that she'll be playing up to that point. I do see her playing Venus in the third round. I'm calling that.
Oh, nice.
But I see Venus making it to the third round. I think she will handle Svitolina. I think she will handle potentially Mertens. But I think that Coco match, I think with Coco and her athleticism, I believe that Coco will get through that. I think she's going to meet Kasatkina in the round of 16, and I'm just going to call Gauff in that quarterfinal. So I have Iga versus Gauff. I've got actually the next one, Pegula versus Vekic. Donna has been having a really, really good year, 2023. And I think that match that she played against Kvitova, I feel like she showed out a bit. And even though she didn't win that match, she showed me a lot of really good things. So I see her taking out Garcia to make it to the quarters. And I have Pegula taking out Queenie, I call her, Zhang Qinwen. And that's how I see at least those four rows. How about you, my man?
That is so scary. First of all, we have all of the exact same round of 16 people.
What? Come on,
Yes.
man. Shut your
Swiatek,
mouth.
Bencic, Kasakina, Goff, Pagula, Zhang, Vekic, and Garcia.
That's insane, folks. I tell you, people, we do not talk about this
We
beforehand. I'm
don't.
telling you, we don't.
So
Dude.
that's insane. So I don't need to give all the justifications you just gave. But we have only three. We have three of the four
Three
the
of the four.
same in the quarters. The
Gotcha.
one that I don't have, believe it or not, is
Hmm.
golf.
Oh,
I
gotcha.
have Kasakina coming through that matchup.
Okay. Okay.
I believe Kasakina is crafty enough that she's
Hmm.
going to take advantage of that forehand.
I don't disagree. Yeah, I don't disagree. I think it's in my opinion that was the one I was like this will be a tough three setter. But I think
Hmm.
that for me I always look back at Coco's just her athleticism and like you said that's what Grass is awarded is to the
Right.
most athletic. And I just feel like I don't know. But it's so tough though because, like you said, Kazakina is so crafty, and she will
Yes.
find ways to make Coco very, very uncomfortable
Yes.
on that forehand side. So I think I think it's a pick 'em. Rep, I got you.
And let me be clear, and let me be real clear. I absolutely want golf to win. I mean,
Oh yeah,
I will not feel any kind of way about being wrong for this pick, but my tennis brain
right,
is
right.
telling me to go Casakino.
There you go. You got to
So
go with
okay.
it. Hmm.
So that is the top half.
Yes. So what are you
For
looking like on the bottom, brother?
all right. So on the bottom, I have to make it to the quarters. I actually have Kvitova making it over Jabeur.
Okay.
I think Kvitova is feeling a certain kind of way about her playing right now. And I think Jabeur is maybe not playing as well as she was this time last year.
Hmm.
So going with Kvitova, I have her meeting Rybakina. As long as Rybakina's kind of healthy, I see her taking out Ostapenko.
Okay.
Then I have Krejcikova making it. I have her taking out Madison Keys. Yes, I have Madison Keys making it to
I was
round
about to say you
16.
have Madison Keys.
I do. I mean, since she put those things on Coco Golf today, I was like, okay, I need to open both of my eyes over here.
Right?
And
Oh.
so, yeah, I have Krajcikova making the quarters over Keys. And then I actually have Sabalenka coming through over Muhova.
Bryce, why do we have all of the round of 16 matchups the same? I
This
I
is
swear to
insane,
you,
man.
it's ridiculous. Every single round of 16 is exactly the same. I mean, exactly the same. That
we have
is
been talk
crazy.
we have been talking tennis for what, over 20 years?
Over 20 years, I
So
guess
it's like, yeah.
that's what's up. That's what happens, I guess, folks. So, Bryce, so like you said, I won't reiterate everything that you just said. But funny enough, I have like you like this before. I've got three of the four
Oh,
as
okay.
far as making it to the quarters. So I definitely see Kvitova making it because she is definitely on one
Mhm.
two-time Wimbledon champion. Yes, she will make it over Jabeur for the reasons you said. Um, Again, Rybakina, I have Rybakina because again, Ostapenko is a little off. We don't know if Rybakina is 100% healthy, but I'm still counting on her to make it happen and have a good run. So I got her there. Where we differ.
I know where we differ. I'm not even. I know
I
exactly
know,
where we
right?
differ.
I don't know why I keep doing this to myself. I don't know why, but I can't not vote for Madison Keys. I mean, she
Right.
is really showing some good form right now, and I have always thought that grass is her best surface. I've always thought that because
Hmm.
again, it just feels to me like again, it rewards her serve. She's super aggressive. She is athletic. She doesn't show it all the time, but she really is an athletic person. I just feel like she should get through that match against Krejcikova. If you talk about just mental fortitude, though, I feel like Krejcikova is going to get through.
Right.
But so again, like we talked about with the other one with the golf Kazakina, I feel like that's definitely a toss up 50-50 as well. And then, like
Hmm.
you said, I think the other one is our rematch of the semifinals of the French Open. But
Right.
I think Sabalenka gets her revenge on grass.
I agree with you. I agree.
Crazy, bro. Crazy.
Right. So, and I bet you we're very similar here in the semifinals. Even though I
I think
do
so.
have kind of a surprise, but maybe it's
I
not.
got some surprises.
Okay. So going back up top,
Yes.
uh, for the semifinals,
Hmm.
I have Swiatek taking out Kasatkina
Okay.
to make the semis, and then I have Donna Vekic taking out Pagula
Okay.
to make it to the semis. And the bottom, I have Rybakina taking out Kvitova, and
Okay.
then I have Sabalenka taking out Krejcikova.
Wow. So, well, we were 3 for 4. We were three for
Oh,
four.
okay. All
So
right.
I got your top half matched. I got Iga versus Bekic.
Okay.
I actually think, based on form, I
Uh-huh.
think Kvitova is going to take out Rybakina. I
Oh,
really
okay.
do. As much as
Okay.
I love me some Rybakina, but you know how I love Petra Kvitova as well. So in
Right.
that match, there really is no loser to me. But I just feel like Kvitova is just she's on one right now, and I feel
Mm-hmm.
like she is feeling the grass big time. And so I've got her against Sabalenka in the semis.
Okay. And you know what? Something that I wanted to mention about Rybakina.
Yeah.
She is going to be in a very interesting situation where I think because she feels like she never, because I heard her say it at a press conference, it
Mhm.
almost didn't feel like she won Wimbledon
Right.
last
Right.
year.
Right.
And I think she's going to really want to go out there and do it this
Hmm.
time. But
Hmm.
check this out, she gets to do it without the pressure of worrying about losing the points from last year.
It's very true. That's very
So,
true.
I'm thinking it may allow her to play a little freer than normally a return, or especially a first time major winning returning champion would have
Right. Right.
on them.
Right.
Um, so, well, let's take it on out, Isaac. So, who do you have making it to the finals?
And this is where the fun comes, bro.
Uh oh.
I I have Donna Vekic taking out Iga. I do.
What? Okay.
I do. Because again, Donna impressed me a lot when she played against Kvitova in that final. I like her game on grass. I like her big ground strokes. I feel like she's going to be the one that will rush Iga enough to where she won't be able to get in her rhythm and really be able to play her tennis. Because when
Mhm.
Iga's playing her tennis, pretty much that's it's all said and done.
Right.
But
Right.
I think Vekic has got enough power in her game. Her ground strokes are flat enough. I am predicting that upset. I think Vekic is going to make her first Grand Slam final.
Okay, I can see that.
Yeah. And the other surprise is I think she's going to be playing against Kvitova. I think
Uh,
Kvitova is going to take out Sabalenka. I just feel like Kvitova is on one right now. She's like, this is my home. I don't want two of these. You get out the way. And
right.
I feel like she's gonna scoop up Sabalenka and sit her right to the side, and she's gonna be like, okay, here I'm back. That's my final. Beckett versus Kvitova, bro.
Wow. Well, we have a completely different final. Um, because I am riding the Iga train, even on grass, and I have her taking out Bekic,
Yes.
and then I have Rybakina taking out Sabalenka,
Gotcha. Gotcha.
and
Okay.
then so for me turning it into the finals, I have Rybakina repeating, taking out
Wow.
Swiatek in the finals.
Okay. Okay. Hey, man, I would not be mad at that final, nor would I be mad at that victor. I think you know how much I love me some Rebakina. So yeah, if
Right.
she can get that done, I will be absolutely happy for that. Yeah, I just for whatever reason, you know me, I'm always off the rails at certain points. So we'll see what ends up happening. This could be interesting though. One of us will be hopefully spot on.
Now, and so you said who?
Beckett and Kvitova.
No, but who did you have winning?
Oh, Kvitova for third
Kvitova.
for
Uh,
her third
for her
Wimbledon. Yep.
third. Okay. All
Hmm.
right. That'll be interesting. Okay. All right. So
Yes, sir.
let's go over to the guys.
To the guys. Here we go.
Oh, this is gonna be funny.
Yes, it
Um,
will. Go ahead, man.
okay, so I'll start up top this time. So
Okay.
going into the quarterfinals, I have Alcaraz taking out Demir.
Uh huh.
I have him facing Tiafo, who I say is going to take out Runa.
Okay.
I have Medvedev actually taking out Tommy Paul.
Okay.
And I have Korda taking out Andy Murray.
Oh, that's where we differ.
Yeah.
I have Quarter taking out Ben Shelton.
Ah, gotcha.
Interesting. Okay, but every one of those, the ones that you said,
Yeah.
Alcaraz versus Demon, Tiafoe versus Rune, Medvedev versus Tommy Paul, Korda, all of those we have the same.
Okay. Just who Korda is taken out, right?
Exactly. Just who Korda is taken out.
Oh,
Exactly.
but we're gonna either be completely on it or we're gonna be just
I know, right?
what the
That
hell
is
happened?
so crazy, man. And so who did you have making the quarters though?
Oh, making the quarters? Yeah, Alcaraz, Tiafoe, Medvedev, and Korda.
Oh, okay. Okay. And so there we are 3 of 4 because I actually have an upset. I actually think Tommy Paul is going to take out Medvedev.
Do you now?
I do. Again, that's me stretching out there because I know that is a big stretch, given how Medvedev, how he is when he gets in Grand Slams, especially. But I just feel like Tommy's due, and I do feel like he's playing really good tennis on the grass.
Mm-hmm.
So I decided to step out there. So yeah, I'm all about the Americans. I'm telling you. So
Okay.
yeah, I got Fritz. Yeah, like I said, I got Tommy Paul, Tiafo, and got Korda up in there with Alcaraz.
Oh wow. Okay
Yeah,
then.
man. Yeah. And
Now
I
what
mean,
about the bottom?
okay. So bottom, I have let's see, round of 16, we got Sinner and Fritz, and I have Fritz actually coming through that one.
Mm-hmm.
I got the cake side, which is Gasquet, and I actually picked Rude only because I do not think Chapo will take his opportunity like he should because he is in the cake side of the draw. Whoo, that's some cake
Right.
over there. But I think Rude will make it far enough. But I actually think Gasquet is playing some really good grass court tennis right now. So I actually have him making it to the quarterfinals, as crazy as that sounds. Um, the other round of 16s I have is Rublev versus Bublik. I actually think that Bublik will make it through.
Okay.
And I've got Hubie, of course, versus Novak, and who's gonna go through there, Novak.
Right. Yeah. No
So what about
backs.
you, bro?
Uh, well, we're gonna start it off with an upset. I have going into the quarters. I have Hoffman taking out center.
Wow. Okay. All
Yep.
right. All right.
Uh, and then I have Gasquet taking out Shapovalov.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
I have Kyrgios taking out Bublik.
So you're voting on the key. Okay, you got
Yeah,
Kyrgios. All right.
and I think Kyrgios wants to get to the Djokovic match.
Okay.
He
Gotcha.
needs that matchup again from the finals from last year.
Right. Right.
And then Djokovic takes out Hubie
Yeah.
Hurkacz.
There we go.
So
So we
we
got
had a
some good
lot of the same
similarities.
people in there, you know.
Right. Right.
So okay,
Exactly.
so here are my semifinals.
All right.
I'm going back up top,
Yep.
and I have Alcaraz taking out Tiafoe.
Mm-hmm.
I have Medvedev taking out Korda.
Mm-hmm.
I have going down below. I have Hoffman taking out Gasquet.
Okay.
I have Hoffman as a semifinals at Wimbledon. don't say I just be picking seeds. And then I have Djokovic just reminding Kyrgios what time it is.
Right. Exactly. Reminding him of those numbers.
Right.
Here are my numbers. Here's my resume. In case you forgot.
Right.
So my semis are again American packed. I have got Alcaraz taking out Tiafoe.
Mm-hmm.
I actually have Korda taking out Tommy Paul. So I think it'll
Okay.
be a rematch of what we saw at, I don't know if it was, what was it, Birmingham Queens Club, whatever that tournament was, where Alcaraz played Korda. So I see them in the semis, and below I actually have Fritz making it to his first semis at Wimbledon versus, of course, Novak, who will take out, in my opinion, Bublik.
All right. Now go ahead and round that into your finals.
All right. Crazy.
Uh-huh.
I think Korda gets revenge on Alcaraz. I think I
What?
think Korda makes it to his first ever Grand Slam final because I think he is actually on one, even though he lost to Alcaraz just the other week.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like he learned something from that match, and I feel like best 3 out of 5 he will make it through that. And I see him matching up with Djokovic. I see Djokovic taking out Fritz.
Okay. Uh, I have Alcaraz taking out Medvedev
Okay.
up top, and then I have Djokovic stopping the run of Hoffman.
Nice, nice.
And I have Alcaraz beating Djokovic in the finals. And
Oh,
I
okay.
don't know if this is intentional or not,
Uh-huh.
but if you've noticed in the press, Alcaraz has been totally deflecting off of himself, just saying how Djokovic is the favorite, it just I think he's doing this thing that he was even kind of doing at the French,
Okay.
right?
Uh-huh.
Which is no, I'm gonna try to do my best, but this other person is the one you really need to keep your eye on.
Mm-hmm.
And it's easy to say Djokovic or Wimbledon because everybody's saying Djokovic or Wimbledon. But
Right.
I think he is relishing the opportunity to meet Djokovic in the finals and to take him down, especially after the cramping situation in Paris.
Right. Right.
This would
Absolutely.
be perfect vindication for him.
Yeah, it
So
would.
now, whether it happens or not, uh, but that's a lie I'm going to tell today.
I hear you, bro. And like I said, I would not be mad if that is the final. Absolutely, because big Carlos Alcaraz fan. I think for me, of course, I had Djokovic and Korda in the final. I'm going Djokovic. I mean, I just think that at this point, now that he has eclipsed that number, I just feel like he's about to go on a pretty insane
Run.
run. Yeah, and I just don't know that I see anybody stopping him from getting this Wimbledon. I think he will end up. If he doesn't win, it's because I feel like he will stop himself, whether it be an injury or something like that happens. Hopefully, it doesn't, because I don't wish that on anybody. But
It ain't
to
gonna be
me,
no injury. He wins with no guts. He wins with he ain't gotta have no abs. He ain't no injury gonna come into play here unless it's his shoulder, and then he can't play in the bronze medal doubles mixed
matchup.
doubles match at the Olympics. Don't get me on this. Let me shut up. Go ahead, Isaac. Keep talking.
You better get on your podium, sir. Yes. So that is who I have. We will see what ends up happening with Djokovic, but I think at this point, I think that would be him. What would that be? Him tying Margaret Court at that point, would it be? Even though
Yeah,
that ain't
24.
valid. Yeah.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
sorry,
Yeah.
sorry, but just tell him the
Actually,
truth, y'all.
his 24 would be more valid than hers for sure.
Yeah, yeah. And if you don't understand that, folks, do some research.
Right.
Because Serena's 23 is greater than Margaret's 24. Do not get it twisted.
Absolutely.
All right.
Absolutely. So, well, I can't believe it's starting on Monday, man. I mean,
Bro, it's insane, right? Oh
yeah.
my goodness. It's just incredible, incredible. But I am just so happy that we are at another Grand Slam. And like I said, I love me some grass courts of Wimbledon. And so it's going to be a good time. But folks, one thing we do not want you to forget is that if you need legal representation, you make sure that you look to the law offices of Paul S. Haberman, because once again, he specializes in sports related law, but covers a gamut of areas connected to it, from talent agreements to royalty disputes to medical malpractice or negligence to photography agreements to podcast agreements. It's all
Yep.
there. Come on,
Those
man.
daggone podcast agreements that
Those
keeps popping right
podcasts.
in my face. Better call Saul.
Come on, man.
Better call Paul. But no, seriously, whatever you need, Paul S. Haberman is your guy. Call 201 564 0590 for a consultation. Again, that's 201 564 0590. And one more time for our good folks in the back, 201 564 0590. Let Paul fight for you both in and out of the ring. So, people, we really hope you enjoy all this good tennis that's going to be out there over the next 2 weeks. We just talked singles today. There are going to be some incredible doubles matches. Please make sure you watch the doubles matches. And like we did for Roland Garros, our BOT family member, OG
Come on.
Paul,
Come on.
while he was over there for qualies, and I think he's still over there right now, actually, he got us uh, a Wimbledon gift basket that we'll be able to raffle to give away towards the end of the tournament. So please make sure you visit our Instagram page for instructions on how to enter. This is the first time we're giving away a gift basket from Wimbledon, so check that out.
Very good. Very good, Bryce. We made it. Another Grand Slam.
Yes, yes. Any final words, Isaac?
Oh no, man! Just everybody enjoy grass court season because it is extremely short, and yeah, just have some fun. Stick with us because we've got a lot that we will be sharing in regards to Wimbledon.
Yes. And we'll be right back here next week with our mid fortnight show where we always have to live up to the lies we told the first week and we tell a new set for the second week.
Yes, exactly.
So that's always entertaining, right? Anyway, well, we're going to go ahead and get out of here. On behalf of the podcast, this has been your boy Bryce.
And this is your boy Isaac.
And we are Brothers on Tennis. Everyone enjoy.